Although the development of players is prioritised in Manchester United's academy, not results, there was no denying the under-21s winning just a single match in the Premier League 2 between August and December wasn't a particularly good look. The U21s began their season on August 6 and they were forced to wait until October 22 for their first league win against Wolves. The youngsters were languishing at the bottom of the table for months, but staff were not concerned. Club sources indicated in October that the average age of United's players in the league had been 18.4, compared to the PL2 opposition's average of 20, as multiple members of the FA Youth Cup winning team had been promoted. It's also understood that PL2 fixtures are prioritised for the development of players in the academy, while cup competitions, like the Papa John's Trophy, are used to give elite young players the platform to perform against higher opposition in a more pressured environment, which is helpful in preparing them to play for the demands of first-team football. In layman's terms, the less developed player in the academy has played in the PL2 this season because they need minutes and game time over a better player who might not necessarily benefit as much from featuring in that fixture. However, the first league win of the season against Wolves was not the catalyst for momentum they'd hoped for, and more defeats followed, including a 6-1 thrashing against Manchester City and a disappointing campaign against European sides in the International Cup. United's youngsters finished 6th in the Premier League 2 with 39 points last season, and yet they entered 2023 with just one league win, so the only obvious positive before the Christmas break was the impressive Papa John's Trophy campaign. United won their Papa John's group stage, finishing ahead of the first teams of Barrow, Fleetwood Town and Carlisle, and they were eventually defeated by Bolton, who have now made the final, in the round of 16 of the competition. Progressing to that stage of the Papa John's Trophy was the furthest the club had ever been, and the 4-0 defeat against Bolton was not as disheartening as the heavy scoreline might have suggested, as it was 0-0 until the 67th minute. Bolton ruthlessly scored 2 goals in quick succession in extra time to exaggerate the result, and Travis Binion admitted he was very proud of the performance when speaking to correspondents outside the dressing room after the loss. Football director John Murtough and technical director Darren Fletcher were at Bolton on that freezing December night, and the latter is regularly present at U21 fixtures, which he would have recently taken more pleasure from attending. In 2023, the results have improved and United have won 5 more league games. They went undefeated across 8 matches after the turn of the new year, and that run was only brought to an end by Chelsea, who sit second in PL2, last week. United lost that game 3-1, but they could have won on another night. The scoreline did not reflect the performance, and going toe-to-toe with a potential winner of the league this season was another clear sign of progress. The U21s have been freshened up in the last few months. Dyson Bernard, Shola Shoretire, Charlie Savage, Andre Mastny and Charlie McNeil, who were all key players, left on loan in January for the next step of their development. Joe Hudgell has made a full return to the fold after a spell on the sidelines with injury, and Zidane Iqbal has been used more often. The midfielder played 207 minutes from the season start to the end of 2022, and he's already played 450 minutes in 2023. The club's Premier League 2 status needed to be maintained, and that meant more developed players, like Iqbal, needed to be used to improve results. The 19-year-old also needed match minutes, and an increased role in the U21s made sense. Erik ten Hag has named Iqbal and Kobbie Mainoo on the first team's bench on multiple occasions this season, and both players, who intermittently train with the senior squad, have greatly benefited from that experience. Sources have indicated Mainoo is considered as a real natural talent with high technical ability, and the pair now stand out in PL2 matches. Dan Gore, Isak Hansen Aroen and Toby Collier have also excelled when Iqbal and Mainoo have made the first-team bench. Collier, who captained England at U16 and U17 level, was signed from Brighton last year after a successful trial, and he's still not been on the losing side when making an appearance in the PL2 this season, despite featuring in 9 matches. The form of Hugill, who missed the start of the season with injury, has also been instrumental. McNeil started the bulk of matches as a centre-forward in Hugill's absence, and he was only able to score 1 league goal in 12 appearances. McNeil joined Newport County on loan in January, and Hugill has given his side the edge they needed in attack. He's been able to score 9 goals in 9 league appearances, and his goals have gradually moved the U21s up the PL2 table. There was a feeling that the U21s weren't playing badly across the first months of the campaign, they just couldn't convert their chances, but 19-year-old Hugill has proved to be the talismanic poacher the team desperately needed. Hugill is the U21's joint top goalscorer, despite his early season absence, with winger Omari Forson, who also deserves huge credit for playing his part in front of goal, as he's contributed 9 goals and 3 assists in 19 appearances. United have 6 games remaining in the PL2 this season, and they're just 12 points short of equaling last season's points tally. That was almost unthinkable at Christmas, but the youngsters have enjoyed a productive 2023 so far.
Now